Hi guys, so welcome back to the channel. So before we start, I just want to say thank you to everyone that watched my last video, subscribed and done all that. So thank you very much for the support. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about, as you can tell by the title, so like 7 things to think about when we all go back to the gym. So as you all know, the gyms in the UK are going to be opening on the 25th of July. So 7 things you should consider and when you start training again from the 25th. And before we start this, I just want to say like this, all of this depends on obviously what like you've been doing like during lockdown. So the people who had their own gym during lockdown, like had like a lot of equipment, weights, dumbbells, like whatever. So like these things, so like some of these things won't really apply to them. So I would say these 7 things are mainly for the people who had literally little to no equipment at all. So the number 1 point is going to be don't like go crazy and go for your PBs on the first day back. So by that I mean basically so take your time, build your strength back. Obviously if you haven't been training properly for the last 3 to 4 months, your strength is going to go down. So guys, you have to be careful when you go back to the gym and not go crazy. So for example, if you're gonna go back on the 25th and do your bench, don't go and try and hit your so don't go and try and hit what you was doing before the lockdown. So if you was doing don't know, 3 plates bench for your max, for your one rep max, so don't go and try and hit that on the first day back, because you'll either somehow like magically may be able to hit that for 1 rep, or you probably end up injuring yourself. So don't do that. Like, same with anything like squats, deadlifts, your dumbbell presses, anything you was doing before the lockdown. Literally, I mean, it's natural, isn't it? If you don't train the same way for 3 months, but the same way for 3 months, your strength will obviously go back. Muscle memory, so your strength will come back. If you go back, take your time and don't go too crazy. Your strength will come back slowly. I mean, I would say it will take with consistent training and stuff, it will take about I would say 3 to 4 weeks for your strength to come back. Like that depends on obviously how much you train and how you train and all that. So the second point was going to be about reducing your session to less. So for example, what I mean by that is, so before, if you was doing 2 to 3 hour sessions like me, like for me, my minimum would be 2 hours. Like sometimes I'll be in the gym for like 3-4 hours. Obviously that's the way I train. Like some people doesn't like, so for some people, like they go in, do an hour for 45 minutes and then they just leave. But for me, I like doing long sessions. So obviously if you're one of those people, like when you go back, don't do those long sessions. Do I would say minimum an hour, maximum an hour and a half would be enough for you to follow when you slowly get back into the routine. And the reason for that is because obviously you haven't been training for 3-4 months with that intense, with the like equipment, the weights and all that. So if you go back and you start doing, say for example, on your first day back, you do a massive 3-hour session with heavy weights, you try and lift heavy, then what's going to happen is you're going to be really sore for the next like a lot of days, because your body hasn't been working to that level. So you're going to be really sore, so it will take you longer to recover, which will end up you training less. Obviously before the lockdown and all that, you used to train like I would train 3-4 hours every day of the week, and I'll be fine, because my body is used to doing that. Obviously, after lockdown, it's been 3-4 months. You haven't been training that much. You just had minimum equipment. You've been at home, so your body won't be used to training 3-4 hours. So you are going to be really sore the next day. So it'll take you longer to recover. But if you go in and do like an hour session with like minimum of like light weights, not too heavy, just slowly get back into it, it will take you less time to recover. So you can train. So basically, you can train more times in a week, which you will make the process of gaining back your gains faster. So the point number 3 is going to be so training. So like point number 3 and 4 go kind of together. So obviously the point number 3 is training more than one body part each session. So for me, I used to train. I would train one body part like per session before lockdown, or like just in general. So that's how I train. I would train for chest one day, back one day, so on and so on. Or the maximum I would do is 2 body parts. So back and chest, shoulders, and legs, or something like that. You know. So or sometimes I would do like whole body sessions before lockdown. But I think the best thing for when you go back to the gym is going to be to do whole, not whole body, like more than one body part each session, just to get used to your just so your body parts gets used to training. And obviously, the more parts you train, the quicker your body gonna used to be. Your body will get used to the whole training again. So, if, for example, obviously, like when you go back on the 25th, it's best to just train whole body for the first few sessions. Obviously, like don't do chest, shoulders, triceps, legs, back on the 25th. On the 26th, do the same thing again. Just mix it up. So I would say the best thing would be to do lower body, then upper body, lower body, upper body, or even you can just do back, chest, and some arms, and the next day is legs, shoulders, and some arms. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? So just mix it up, but don't do just one muscle part. So like don't do one body part, because then it will mean that you'll be like, so like say for example you do chest on the 25th, then like you're not going to do chest again for I don't know 2, 3, or 4 days later. You're going to do chest again, so which means you'll take longer for your chest to get back to how like what it was before. So it's best to train like a whole body, or just more than one body part, so you can train them more frequently, which means it will take you less time for you to get back to your old self. Okay, so the point number 4, which kind of goes into point number 3, is doing compound exercises, which is really, really important. For me, I would do like a compound lift on every session, like before lockdown, like in general as well. So for example, on chest day, I would always do bench, like most of the time. So 90% of the time I would do bench. On the leg day, I would do squats. On the back day, deadlift. Shoulders day, I would do maybe standing military press sometimes. So yeah, so I would say when we go back to the gym, I would say to do compound lifts and more, because compound lifts like makes you like works on more than one body part. So bench press will work on your triceps and your chest. So deadlift will do the whole body, your lower body and upper body. Then there's obviously squats, which is like really, really good to build overall strength. So yeah, so it's really important when you go back to the gym to do if you didn't do compound lifts before the lockdown, I would say maybe to start doing them, because they're really, really good. Like if you haven't been doing compound lifts in general for your sessions, then I would say you should really start doing them, because they are really, really good to build strength. And then just one more point on this one is to do So if you're one of those people who used to do these compound lifts before lockdown, and just in general, used to do them all the time, do your weakest ones first. So what I mean by it is, if your bench is not that good, start by doing bench more when you go back. So because then what will happen is, because your bench wasn't that good before lockdown, it's going to be even worse after lockdown. So you should start by doing that more frequently. So basically work on your weakness more than your strength that you was before lockdown. So do those. So do your weaknesses more, so they get back to where you was before. Because obviously the things that you was good at, it will take you quicker for you to get back to where you was. So yeah. So number 5 is going to be cardio. So that's key. But I guess at this point depends on what you've been doing during lockdown, because most people have been doing cardio because obviously they can't do any weights. So but if you're one of those people who hasn't done anything, just minimum body weight exercises once in a week, once every 3-4 days, I don't know, just so the people who's done the bare minimum or nothing for the last 3-4 months and gained extra body fat, this is very, very key, and obviously this links to the next point as well. So basically cardio burns fat along with your obviously calories, which is point number 6. So I'll talk about point number 5 and 6 together because it links. So your diet and your your diet and your cardio. So if you have gained extra body fat and you want to lose that, these are literally probably the most important 2 things. So to lose body fat, you need to be on a calorie deficit. So that's literally the most simplest thing you can do. To lose body fat, just to be on calorie deficit. So when we go back on the 25th and when you start going back to the gym, make sure you have a diet plan. So if you have gained extra body fat, you can tell yourself in the mirror, can't you? So gain extra body fat is fine. It's been 3-4 months, you haven't been training that much, which is okay. So make sure you have a diet plan, or just be on a calorie deficit. Obviously not too much, but if you're so for example, if your maintenance calories 2,600 calories, just from 25th be on 2,300 calories. And then just do cardio sessions once every other day, whenever. So obviously the more you do, the more deficit you can make on your diet, on your dairy calories. So cardio and diet is really key to lose your fat after lockdown. So yeah, remember that, guys. So your diet, or you don't have to do cardio. You can just be on a more of a calorie deficit. Either way, you have to be in calorie deficit. So the cardio just makes it a bit easier. So you don't have to eat less. You can eat a bit more, but so just do more cardio. That's all it is. Or don't do any cardio. Eat less. Or you can eat a bit more and do more cardio. Just to even it all out, if you know what I mean. And then just to summarize, so point number 7 is basically just to summarize it all, is basically ease back into it. And that's literally the bottom line of all of this. Ease back into it. It will take you, if you go back and you don't feel really weak, you can't lift how you used to lift, which is normal. It's fine, it's normal. Everyone's gonna be like that. It will take about, I would say, 3 to 4 weeks, maybe a bit more, depending how consistent you train, your diet, your sleep, everything. Depending on all that, your strength should come back within 3 to 4 weeks, or 5, maybe 5, maximum 5 to 6 weeks. Your strength will come back. Obviously, you have to train properly, you have to eat properly, you have to sleep properly, and all that. And be consistent with your gym and train smart, because as I said before, if you train too heavy at the start, you're going to be tired. like you won't be able to train properly every day, so you're going to be take you longer to recover and all that. So the whole process of your muscle memory coming back is going to be longer. But if you train smart, if you ease back into it slowly, everything will come back. I promise you, it will come back. If you was benching 140 kilo before lockdown, you will come back to 140 kilo after some time. It will take time, but you will come back. Make sure you train smart, eat properly, sleep properly, and then just be consistent. Go gym. If you feel really sore, tired, don't obviously take a rest. But obviously that means you train too hard on the day before. So train smart, ease back into it, and then yeah. So that's the main 7 advice, things I could tell you to do before. Alright, so thank you guys for watching the video. So make sure to check out my Instagram, to the links down below. And then you can literally email me, DM me any questions you have, and I'll answer as fast as possible. Yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Thanks for watching again, and I will see you on the next video.